What's happening? Thanks for joining us again. I'm Chris.
I'm Pete.
And none of us have changed our clothes for the last 4 beer reviews, so that means we filmed them all in one night. This is beer 4, so might be a little loose. Anyway, this is a beer from Goose Island. This is Pepe Nero. It's a Belgian, it's a Saison, brewed with peppercorns. I haven't had this before at any point. You haven't either, right?
I may have. I think I got 2, but I don't remember. I may have it downstairs. I'm not sure.
It's a 6% alcohol by volume beer. But I guess one of the impressions I got before from Jay's beer reviews.
Hey Jay.
Doesn't taste anything like peppercorns, which thank God, because that kind of sounds like it'd be disgusting in a beer.
Yeah.
Your mileage may vary, but
bottle conditioned, and they say it'll age up to 5 years.
Yep. And this one being, it's still April 13th today, bottled on April 28th of last year, so, you know, a year old for
those
all intents and purposes, it's a year old. So, definitely a lot darker than you would think of for any sort of a Saison.
Yeah.
Most of them being, you know, a cloudy golden sort of orange. Yeah, it's definitely like a chestnut, kind of a brown. It's got a finger worth of kind of khaki colored head, really tight white bubbles. You know, sort of that real thick kind of ice cream consistency. Let's see what we got for a nose.
Well, definitely Belgian yeast.
Yeah, you're getting the Belgian yeast. There's sort of a deeper sort of aroma to it.
It's not as, Saison-y kind of mushroomy, dirty and stuff. It's not like overpowering in that realm. I would kind of it's almost more of a standard Belgian.
It's like kind of like that Band-Aid-y kind of.
Band.
Have you ever heard some of that
dirty, scabby Band-Aid?
No, it's one of those terms apparently applied to beer because beer people decide we need to smell Band-Aids. Now I smell it. Or children's cough medicine. It's also there. You know, sort of like, I think I'm getting a little more of the, maybe a hint of dark fruit in there, but
yeah,
some caramel. You know, still those Belgian.
Yeah, a little bit
Belgian
of caramel and
spice
stuff.
notes.
Yeah. Smells good.
Yeah. All right, so let's taste it. Cheers.
Hopefully it doesn't taste like Band-Aids.
It'd be awful. There's so much carbonation that it comes across it on all parts of the palate, making it hard to really taste it.
It's like drinking foam almost, kind of, in a way. There's no peppercorn going on.
No. It's real light on the palate. It has, you know, it definitely feels like a lighter, more refreshing, easier drinking beer. You know, you can get definitely some of those sort of brighter, kind of more estery, kind of yeast flavors in there.
But I think I mentioned Saison du Pont is kind of my benchmark for Saisons and stuff. This is kind of like Saison light. It's almost like a session Saison. It doesn't have a lot of punch you in the face kind of earthy Belgian-y.
But this is, when you're putting the peppercorns into it, you're creating a completely unique beer.
Yeah. At
this point, it's not going to taste anything like that because you've altered the recipe.
Yeah.
I think Saison du Pont is a fantastic beer, but it's when you add the peppercorns. Look at the color. We're already going with something that's not just like a really light kind of cloudy color to this color. This is definitely coming in with some of the caramel, some more of the dark fruits. Yeah, the carbonation though is still really big. It's almost, I would say almost too much carbonation in that. To really, I mean, I don't know if you need to let it settle a little bit or what, but it's making it hard to really get a palate on it. So after letting it sit for a bit, I'm not noticing a ton of difference. It's still, for me, overly carbonated.
Yeah, I mean it definitely has a nice saison smell, but it still is like drinking kind of a little bit too much carbonation, too much foam.
No, maybe as it is. I already said we've already filmed a number of reviews, most of them being Imperial Stouts, KBS, Imperial Stout Trooper, and Pete didn't want to share any heady topper before I came over, because apparently I came over too late, but
They're mild, flavorless beers.
yeah.
So when you pull in a Pepe Nero,
Now, I don't know whether it could be that we just drank all those and we're looking for a little bit more in a beer, or that cheese over there that we've been eating, sort of maybe doing something with the palate, but I'm not feeling like there's a lot coming out of this. I'm getting some of that kind of dark, like a light dark fruit, a little bit of toffee or caramel, blending with the Belgian yeast kind of spices. But I think it's too carbonated to really make it like a full mouthfeel on it.
agree. I mean, 6%. It's not a session beer. For a Belgian, Leffe is a little too sweet and stuff like that. I mean, it's not bad, but you're right. I think the carbonation takes away from the flavor of it. If they could tone that down, this might be a great session Belgian saison. You could have a few of these, and it would be nice. But it does take away from the flavor, or there isn't much flavor because of that.
Overall, not a bad beer, but maybe not totally what it could be. I don't know, but it is what it is, and it's not bad. So
yep.
I guess we'll just continue enjoying what's left in here, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.